Hi, I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. This is the place where we pull back the curtains and we dive into the creative process. And today we are going to talk about skincare. I have Karen Ballou, who is the founder and creator of Immunocologie. And I mean, you have such a story and you're so vibrant and resilient and you glow, and I'm excited to talk about the origin story of Immunocologie.
I know that little French there.
I know
right?
it just, but it really is French.
It is.
So,
it started all really from French green clay. Which
yes,
is
I didn't
amazing.
even know there was French green clay.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Right.
People think of clay or green clay, but they don't realize that a lot of it comes from France.
I didn't, because I knew, like in Italy, I've gone to the clay baths
Yeah.
and Sonaniskia and that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
France, no.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, French green clay is the strongest of all of the clays in the earth. So it's
Really?
a combination of lava combined with bentonite and kaolin, and that's what really makes up the green clay. But it's also what's called Montemurlinite clay. So
How do you remember that? That word.
I know. And then it goes a little further because it's called the inky name is called Ilalite clay, which is made. It's actually here in the United States. You have to have an inky name, which is a technical name when you're doing your products in the ingredient deck in in your products. You have inky names, and those inky names for green clay is Ilalite. And why? Is because it comes. There is here in the United States green clay from Illinois.
Oh, I didn't. Illinois?
Yes.
Oh my God, I was near the clay all along. I'm a Hoosier. I'm from Indiana.
Oh my gosh. There you go. But the difference is it's clay, green clay that actually is not by the ocean, doesn't have sun beating down on it, where the clay that comes from France is actually imploded by the minerals that come in from the ocean because it's on the coast of France. So you get that combination and the minerals are much higher. So you get much more of the benefits from the clay. So when you have to sort of look at ingredients, that's where I had to make that decision. I wanted the one that was richer in the minerals, right? And so immunocology means the study of the skin's immunity, but it's also about the minerals. It's a vital oligoscience, which is a science of the minerals that are vital to our body. So that's how it all kind of comes together.
I love it. But I want to get to the story of how you created this line. You've been a master esthetician, and you've worked for luxury brands like Elizabeth Arden, Redken.
Yeah.
I mean,
the list kind of goes on.
Yeah, the list goes on and on. I'm just like, oh yes, those fabulous spa days. But you diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
And so out of something that was really tragic, or could be tragic, you created something positive to the world that is illuminating.
If you take it back to why immunocology, right? Why isn't it Karen Ballou skincare, or why isn't it, plant skincare? It's because I really saw, when I got diagnosed with cancer, I had been working on the project of understanding French green clay. Now, you kind of think,
did you know about French green clay before then? Or?
Well, before I got sick, I did. I was working on a technical project to understand the green clay. And someone had come to me. I'd worked on a lot of biotech in that sense of skincare ingredients and understanding formulations. And I have actually spent in the lab a lot of time. I've built a lot of skincare products one by one. So knowing formulations, but also knowing skin. The skin, being the largest organ, has the ability to absorb. That's why you put medicine on the skin. It has the ability to go into the skin, right? So we use that as a way of bringing into the body those medications, right? So we know that skin has the potential of absorbing, right? So you have patches, right? Oh my gosh, it takes away pain. So sometimes we forget about that because we have been so indoctrinated to skincare being, oh, look at that pretty bed. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, my friend uses it. Oh, wow, this is supposed to get rid of wrinkles. Oh, this is supposed to be anti-aging.
Right, we're always for that, but the health of the skin.
But what happens? So immunocology, and a very important phrase for me is skincare for skin health, right? And also just as a point that every product says vital oligoscience. So my whole point of this was when I was asked to come on the project to learn more about green clay, to understand it, because they were using green clay and they had taken water and they centrifuged it together and they were using it. This is so amazing for everyone. They used it for organic farming as a preservative on potatoes.
The clay.
Yeah. And you can't just throw the clay on it, because you could just throw dirt on potatoes. But the point is that this mechanism of this ionic exchange of taking water and clay and ionizing it, centrifuging it together, and creating what's like the ocean. Mm-hmm. The ocean has all these minerals, but the ocean is also antibacterial, it's antimicrobial, it has a lot of energy to it, right?
Right.
So, which is amazing. It is an ionic exchange. And what that means is a combination of those ions coming together. That's what's called ionic. And that's the same thing as a rainstorm. But that creates a purity, right? And an antibacterial aspect. So not to give everyone a science lesson, but the importance of this is that we always think of skincare being this luxury of smelling good, or, oh, it feels so luxurious, but is it good for us, right?
Right.
It's just like we look at food today. We look at food and we say, well, we know that a hamburger might be good once in a while, but it's not good every day, right? Or we might say French fries. We love those French fries.
We love our French fries, yes.
We women absolutely love this, but we shouldn't have them every day. So we do it in a treat aspect, right? But that's the same thing with skin. We have to be more conscious of what we're putting on our skin, knowing it goes into our body. So going back to my background of working with Elizabeth Arden, working with Hodgkin, having had my own aesthetic school, I know the skin. A master esthetician, educator around the world, developing products. All of this in that sense of a resume is great, but at the end of the day, when I was brought on this project to green clay, I thought this is revolutionary, because taking that clay and it can get into the potato, and the potatoes are richer in minerals than those that were not being used by this.
Were they firmer and tighter as
well?
They
were. I love that. It's perfect. So when I saw that, I said, let's try it on skin. So I found out that by using this clay water on skin, the skin.
So this is water.
Yeah, clay and water bringing together, so it's centrifused together.
Can you squirt some?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try some.
I'm going to do it like this on your face. Can I do that?
Yeah.
It even sets makeup, by the way. But it sends a great energy to the skin. So feel that. It sends a great energy to the skin. And the idea of that is, with this, is as it gets on the skin, it helps with free radicals.
Yes.
So it protects us from all the
lighting.
All the
lights.
Yes.
Now there's all this stuff about the 5G networks, and everybody's talking. You should never talk on your cell phone. You should always be on speakerphone.
Yeah, never to your ear.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Oh, it's such a thing. So this is so important, because this is not just water in a bottle. This is actually an ionic exchange, which is why I call it the
I can feel it setting. It's wonderful.
The energy of that.
Yeah.
So it's like being in the ocean. And so it has that antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antibacterial aspect, which is amazing.
So if let's say you had a wound or something, would that
Yes.
Tell me.
Yes.
Give me the words.
Well, of course, it's like one of those things where this is made for skin, right? So, okay, skin anywhere, antibacterial, antimicrobial, but hydrating to our face, right? And so throughout the day, things, lights and all of this get and to help to, kind of dry out the skin. So when we're doing this periodically and hydrating the skin, this is bringing that hydration back to the skin.
So we should be keeping this in our bag.
Yes, every woman should have this in her bag. I even have a small little travel size.
Nice.
Amazing, amazing.
Perfect.
But it's this water that was amazing to me. Well, sort of fast forwarding, while I was on this project, I was diagnosed with cancer. So that was the hard part, because one, I had to come off the project. And I also realized that when I was doing the study of the water, I put hyaluronic into it. And what I found is when I put the hyaluronic, it kept the skin hydrated far longer than just the water, the clay water itself.
These are plant-based products.
Yes, they're except for one ingredient I have in 2 products. So I'll go through that with you, because but it is plant-based. And so when I realized that 2 products I was using when I was sick, one was the green clay, and that was amazing, because you go through so many changes with your skin. And so it was really great, because the green clay actually detoxed my skin.
Wow.
the difference is it wasn't the product that I have today, because now I've included into that green clay, the clay water, and now it hydrates the skin, evens out the skin tone, helps to take down any inflammation on the skin, helps with rosacea, helps with blemishes. So it takes you through the whole realm of area where the skin gets sick. So it helps the sick skin. So anyway, so that I was using, and then this is what's amazing that people don't know, is I was also drinking the clay water. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I'm a singer, and so when you were talking about the various places you would put your clay water, I was wondering, I was thinking about the throat and
it's so good.
Hydrating and clearing and detoxing the vocal cords. So you can do that.
Yes. So, well, fast forwarding, we'll get to that, but that's a product that is going to be coming out in 2026. I'm so excited about it.
I want to try it.
I know. I have to get you some. Yeah. Actually, I have some in my purse. So.
Oh, great.
We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that at the next show, right?
Yes. We'll do the reveal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it was then that just sort of going forward to, my using it while I had cancer, that was the light bulb that went off for me at remission moment, right? I was like, what I was using while I was sick, people would say to me, why is your skin like that when ours is like this? But I couldn't, I didn't have product to sell. I wasn't thinking about it.
You don't want to say, I have the green clay.
No, and it wasn't really sellable, right? I was just getting it in bulk from, the chemists and the ethnobotanists. So anyhow, that was part of the thing, is that I thought this was so great for me while I was going through cancer, that wouldn't it be great if I could actually share this with the world? This is something no one else has. Now, there's been a lot of plant-based products out there. There's a lot of green products out there. But the difference here is the delivery system. What is delivering those ingredients into the skin and through the skin, right? So what I found is, if we go back to, hey, that skin got hydrated, with the water, but then when I added hyaluronic, it hydrated even more. So when I took that into the lab, it was like, let's create a system that will hydrate, actually work on what I call the pro-aging side of the skin. I want to call it the correcting side of the skin, right?
Yes, the correcting side.
So opposed to, we're all going to age, but it's how we do it gracefully, right? It's what can we do to plump that skin, and that's where longevity now comes in, right? Because we're all looking at how can we live better longer. And that's the key to all of this, is skincare.
And be healthy and be beautiful.
Yes, it's such an important way of life right now. And it's not going to change. It's only going to get better in the way that, research is coming out, and the things that we can do to protect ourselves or to add, benefits to our life in the way that we live better longer with the things that we do. And immunocology is one of those things. Because of the fact that we have this ability to work on the health of our skin and through our skin, as opposed to bringing things in that are hormone disruptors or toxins that are in products today.
Right.
That is so severe that we women have used over the years. I mean, there's over 250 ingredients that are bad or that we as women can put on our body in a day.
Right. I just find it amazing that that you could have lipsticks or creams or things that are hurting us, not helping us.
Exactly. And so it's almost like when you're using immunocology, you have this little barrier going on. So, at least you have that which is closest to your skin and absorbing into your skin. So this way, when you go to put your moisturizer on, that becomes your barrier. And those 12 essential minerals are things like zinc and copper and iron and magnesium and sulfur, really important minerals to go into our body. And so when I decided to do the brand, I also said, what vitamins do we put in here to implode in here? Right, so we have A, we have a B, we have some C, we have some D, we have some E, and then we have some omega vitamins. So we have cold press, which is really important that we don't destroy the ingredients.
So cold press is like a cold press coffee? What's that process?
It's where you take, for example, we use the belenite seed from the desert date tree, and they have a nut, and in that nut has a seed. So we're not using a nut, we're using the seed, and the seed has the oil, so we crush it, right? We don't use heat. We crush it, then we just make sure there's no bacteria in that, so it never sees heat.
Which changes the molecules.
Exactly.
Right, okay,
So
I
we
get
keep
it.
that molecule really, really clean, very safe, and so the oil becomes a dry oil because when we add water to it, right? So it's so exciting because it's
Wow.
where you start doing the formulating. We have a great face.
It's like cooking.
It is. I always say
It's
that.
yes.
I always say that because the cooking, like this here is the face serum oil, and this is great because you can use it as a moisturizer. You can use it as a just as a oil on the skin with your moisturizer, right? So
Wow.
you can mix it
So you
in,
would use it. So you would use the moisturizer and a serum.
or just use this. I love using this. It's almost my go-to. I don't need anything heavier than an oil, but because this is a dry oil, I'm getting the water of the 12 essential minerals.
Nice.
Then I'm getting the belanites, which is from the desert date tree, the actual oil from that seed. So now I'm getting the omega vitamins. We put a little bit of sunflower in here too. Let me have you feel this.
The other hand.
Yes, one. I'm going to give you just 2 drops because I want you to feel how, and then just move that around, and you'll see.
Ooh,
Feel how silky that is.
it's silky. It's
Right?
it's very sensual.
you have
but does
to.
it like fill in like? Not that I have any. Not that you have any. But like little, like. We worked hard for our smile.
That's right.
Right? The
That's
little
right.
lines.
Well, this is what I always say is like, patting it on the skin and getting it and just working with it. You can see how it just gives the skin a beautiful glow. And just,
And it's plumping your face up.
It does, because it has that water to plump, which is so great, which most oils,
Right.
I mean, there isn't another oil that actually has a water like this. Usually they're all mixed with oil. So I always use an example of a raisin, right? This is
Raisin.
great
You're gonna.
for oil. So think about this. Now
Okay.
remember, us has water in it, so get the plumping, right?
Right.
But a grape is nice and moist, right?
Right.
It's plump. Then it gets into our, right? Which is what happens to our skin, right?
Right.
And we put oil on it, but if it doesn't have water in it, it just stays on the skin. It doesn't have any plumping effect.
Right.
So that's why this is a great oil, because it has the plumping effect with the water. At the same time, it's locking the water in. So you
Right.
get this beautiful plumping, beautiful
That
radiant
makes sense.
glow to the skin.
I love it.
And treatment at the same time.
That's great, but you don't look over plumped. I don't
No.
like seeing women where they look like they're,
No, I
they're
know.
so done that, they're so plumped.
Yeah, no, not like that. But again, when I started formulating this brand with the ethnobotanist, I really thought about it more from the point where, what do we women need most, right? Now this is good for men too. Men have that need too. Men like it more simple. We like a little more of the serums, and we like a little bit more. But our skin is also different. Men, their skin is usually thicker. They
Thicker,
shave.
right.
They do different things. So with us, we need that extra comfort of hydration, which is why hyaluronic is so important, why having the clay water in every product is so important to me. And so when I was doing this, I realized keeping things simple, but yet be also, well, I just want to say you can make some changes by customizing it.
Right.
Right? So you could take the oil, put a little bit in your cleanser, and make it a little creamier, a little more oil if you want, or for
Nice.
removing makeup. Or you can take the hyaluronic and the oil and mix it together, and that's really nice.
So you're
cocktail it.
encouraging your clients to actually be their own chemist.
Yeah, within the brand.
Within the brand.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, I know you want to go through some of the other things, but this might be part. I was reading how ritual is so important to you.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm assuming because you're a mom as well as a professional, a very busy professional, that the ritual is important. But in the skincare, can you explain your process and what every woman should be doing? Or I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
What
Guys can
you
do this too.
guys should be doing too.
But that's a great question. I think because I am an esthetician and education is so important to me, and that's why I always have to be careful at a dinner party, because I could start doing, skincare lesson at dinner
Right.
party. So I usually try to find out, what do you do and what do you do, right?
Right.
Because the ritual of skincare should be made to fit you and your lifestyle. Skin does need to have consistency. And what's happening today that is different from many years ago, and when I first started in the business especially, is where, we used to have a system. When we were with Elizabeth Arden, it was a ritual. You use the cleanser, the toner, you use the serum,
Right,
and you
it
work
was
through, right?
it was
to get
was
the
a
best
system.
results. To get the best results. The problem that we have now is makeup is that way. You just go and you like MAC, you buy MAC. If you like, Ila, you buy Ila. If you like, let's go into so many other brands, right, of makeup. But in that point, you like, those are the brands you tend to go to.
Right.
However that is, right? And when that happens, the thing is that makeup, I understand, because you're going to get that look from that makeup, right? Because you want that eye look that has, or you, right? So all of that is relative.
But it all comes down to skincare in the end,
But
right?
skincare, on the other hand, if you're having a little bit of this and a little bit of that, these molecules are kind of out there going like, well, because the skin is smart. It knows what it needs and knows what it wants. And the two things it knows, it needs hydration and it needs the hydration of water and the lubrication of oil. How those molecules come together and what's driving those molecules are really what's going on within that ingredient deck, right? So not to lose everyone in this chemical side of it, but the problem is when you start doing and mixing, I always say it's like getting a bad stomach ache. The skin can't really perform because you're mixing it up too much, so you're not building on those molecules to perform. So for the most part, when you're on a brand, you should be using the brand, not a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Because every time I get in front of a group of women, I go, how is your skincare working for you? Well, I think I kind of like this.
But they're trying a little of this and a little of
Yes.
that, right?
So I call it the slide and dump. Get rid of all the things that are toxic. Get rid of the things that are really a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Get on a ritual. And that's one of the reasons why I did this 7-day trial kit. Because what I found is that women, always love to try a little bit so they kind of know. But this gives you the cleanser, the mist, it gives you the oil, it gives you the clay mask. So this way it gives you what you need, and a little hyaluronic, to give you what you need to have a great ritual and a 7-day ritual.
And then you will see results.
Then you start to see results, yeah. You can feel the softness of your skin. I just got someone the other day who wrote to me, she said, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how my skin is changed. And in the 7 days that I started using this, and this is about 2 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks worth of product, but in those 7 days you'll start to see a difference.
Wow.
But I will tell you what I love most is that once you try this, I have this.
And so it has all of these products.
Yes, the cleanser, the mist, it has a hyaluronic and the face serum oil. And but what I love is that we have a 21-day program. And that includes...
Well, that's true change, 21 days.
Exactly.
Right.
That's when you get the full change. And those are in the full-size products, right?
Nice.
But what I love about that is that you get several things. You get a consultation with me, which is important because then we adjust the products to your skin type, meaning Immunocologie.
So you customize them?
We customize for you personally.
My goodness.
You then also get a book from Sonia Satri.
I love Sonia. She's been on the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
my God.
talk about
so then
radiance from the inside out
Yes.
through movement.
And she's an Immunocologie ambassador.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
No wonder. I mean, she's so gorgeous.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, her book that she just wrote, What If It Were Easy, right?
Yes.
This is amazing. And so you get that book, and we have Deborah Janier, who you know, who does the sacred geometry and Feng Shui.
Yes.
Which is really amazing. And this is all about bringing this back into the circle, which everything about our product is about the circle of life, our logo.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
the balance of life, right? What we do to balance our life. Keeping things simple and balanced. Bringing her in is to actually work on that balance. And so, and that takes me back to why the products that I chose, the way that I work to formulate, is to balance the skin, is to balance our life, right? That's what we need, and that harmony that we can bring, that homeostasis.
Well, we can't be balanced if our body, and this is the most
right?
exposed organ that we have.
Yes, exactly. And so I tie that in with the 21 days, because in those 21 days, we all know it takes 21 days for the cells to turn over, 21 days for anything to really change. You have to go through it 21 days to actually get and change that, right? Behavior. So that's why, you know, once you know the products, you like the products, love the product for the 7-day kit, then you could go into that 21-day program and be able to really do that self-care, self-love program, which is so
and be
important.
part of a community.
Yes, and our community is growing, which I'm so excited about.
Yes.
Because we get to talk about things like, not just about skincare, but about ourselves, about
Life, love, everything.
Our own self-love, right? And you know, what we bring to the world and what we take from the world to be able to, you know, give back to the world, right? Those are all such important parts of our life.
Yes. Karen, just one last little question. When you think about your products and everything that you've gone through, what do you think, what would you say in one sentence is your purpose?
My purpose, well, first, I'm blessed to be here. And my purpose is...
We're blessed.
Right? We are blessed.
That you're here.
Thank you. To be able to bring, my purpose was to bring this to all of you, everyone's lives that I can touch with this. It's not my goal, it was my purpose, because I didn't have to do it. There's so many skincare brands out there, but my purpose is that I was the conduit to bring this to the world and to be able to bring and offer this to all of us, and the importance our skin is to our body and the health of our body. So
thank you, Karen Ballou. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. We air every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time in the evening on mnn.org, Channel 4, or on your favorite place to listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, you name it, we're on all platforms. And please visit me at quinnlemley.com and sign up for my newsletter, or find out where I'm performing. I've got a lot of concerts coming up, a new album came out, and I'd love for you to be a part of my world. So until next time, I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage.